Welcome, folks, to this freshly baked episode of Chronversations. I'm gonna be sitting down with my good buddy Karl Studdard, and we're gonna be talking a whole bunch of random bullshit. It's gonna be a good time, so get ready and enjoy.
New Zealand thought it might be a good idea to develop their own tank program.
Yeah.
So they developed a tank, and it ended up being really poorly designed, so much in fact that the operators had to lie on a bed to ensure that they weren't burnt from the heat from the engine. But then when it received small arms fire, it cracked.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing.
Oh, you're gonna go outside if you're gonna ruin those. We're talking New Zealand.
So I think New Zealand buys tanks from other countries, if you know what I'm saying. If they even have tanks. I don't think they do.
I don't know what you want, Gohan. You're going outside. I don't know what you do. You know, when it comes to dogs, I mean, as far as dogs, I don't know if they think that they're property or not.
No, definitely not. Dogs definitely think you are their property. You think about it, Chris, you do everything for him. You're like his steward.
A steward, like...
Yes.
That's a good word.
You prepare his meals. You ensure his safety. You pay his medical bills.
I do. I work, so he eats.
Yeah, he gets to eat and sleep all day. You're like his slave.
That's why aliens won't come here, man. Is because they're like, look at these fuckers and look at these little fucking animals. They're like, walking
How
around.
many people have pets? How many people
Do you just
are
pick up
enslaved?
and shit? Like, what the fuck? That's probably what the aliens are thinking.
These bipedal hominids are
Why
much more
do they-
intelligent, yet are enslaved by these creatures.
Why do these canines take control of the humans?
Cats too, though, man.
Then why do more cats and dogs get abducted? Why is it always the cows? Why are they fucking with cows?
They might even aliens might even find the concept of you spending your hard-earned money
On anything
on
stupid?
anything stupid, like hamster food. Like a hamster is somehow taking advantage of your subpar human brain, you know? I don't know. I think aliens don't come here because we're incredibly violent creatures, and they look at the most popular TV shows on at the time that they want to invade, and they're just like, nah.
These guys want it.
Yeah.
They're waiting.
Don't even get me started on Ramsey Bolton. I ain't losing my Glignar, you know?
Yeah, right?
Shit, man. I had a hard time watching that part of Game of Thrones as a man. You know,
What part? I'm not a Game of Thrones person. Like, I haven't seen a single episode.
That's right.
Not a single episode.
Okay, so there's this guy named Theon, and he gets his fucking joint cut off.
His joint?
Yeah.
They take his bits.
They take his giblets, man.
That's fucked up. Why do they take his giblets?
Right after sending a couple whores in to fuck him for like just a little bit, enough to get.
Oh, he doesn't get to bust one. They didn't let him bust one.
No,
that's like extra devious. Like, fuck,
Yeah.
let him break one off before he's like done forever. You know.
The dude that cuts off his joint interrupts him with a bugle horn, and this is after he's been torturing him for weeks, and then he sends some whores in there to fuck him, right?
Oh, I'd come no matter what kind of horn happening. I'm sorry. Blow a bugle, I'm blowing my load. We're blowing together. We're the horn section.
All I'm saying is I would have seen it coming. I would have been like, yeah, I might as well enjoy this shit. Because this is just some devious plan to fucking torture me even worse.
So
Get me erect before he cuts my joint off.
So this happens after he's been tortured?
For a good long while, you know?
I would have been like, oh, this gift horse, I'm going to try and come so fast. Because you know that nothing good's coming to this.
No, absolutely not. And at first he's real hesitant, like, no, you were sent by Ramsey.
You're gonna bite my dick off, aren't you? They're British, aren't they?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
A lot of British accents in that show, for
You're
sure.
gonna bite off my John Thomas, you will. I don't want it. No. That's what he said. That's the writing of Game of Thrones, the power. They put it into every book.
Yeah.
That no one reads because TV is far more engaging.
Yeah, I'm glad I haven't read the books, because then I'd know what's gonna happen. And make the TV show suck.
Yeah?
Maybe I'm just lazy. Because, you know, there's those elitist people that are like, books are always better, they're always gonna be better. You know? So.
Me and Mark talked about this the last time. Like, yeah, no, I want to see.
I like visual stimulation as well as audio.
Right.
The only thing that I can agree about that is sometimes they leave out crucial details.
Well, that's because they got to condense like a fucking like 800 page
Titanic
book.
was fucking 4 hours long.
But that's
Make
not
a fucking good movie 4 hours
No,
long.
they don't. They don't now because that's not cost effective.
No, it's not.
So
No one wants that in their theater, I would imagine.
I don't know why, man. You got people in there for a 4-hour movie. You know how much like overpriced drinks and popcorns those motherfuckers are gonna have to buy.
That's true.
Especially if you do intermissions, and like most movie theaters now got the little restaurant-y thing inside. You have a hamburger or a fucking hot dog or something. Do an intermission. Give them like fucking 15, 20 minutes to go get some food.
I always just sneak shit in.
And then I do too. Fuck that. But that comes from being a poor kid, man. Like my parents did that when I was a kid, and that's where I learned it.
And if you need like a full course meal to get through a fucking 2-hour movie, there's something wrong with you. Like
True.
Sneak in a bag of Skittles and a fucking like, you know, a fucking Capri Sun pouch or some shit. No, I used to be able to sneak in those little, you know, something like this.
Like a water bottle or a beer or something. Like I've done that a few times.
Yeah.
Like me and Cameron like went in with a couple of beers, loaded up in our coats.
Hide it in, tape it to your leg. No one wants to fucking
They don't
check.
search you to get into the fucking movie theater, even after all that shooting shit out here in Colorado. Like they don't
I got a
fucking
story
search you.
I got a story though. My mom tried to sneak food in once, and she got caught because she's too obvious about shit.
Oh yeah. You know you get past that by when you get caught, you gotta say you're a vegan or you're gluten free. You just gotta say you got a restricted diet, and motherfuckers will do whatever you want. It's fucking retarded.
But then they're gonna want to see what you got.
Whatever. There ain't no way to prove that it's not like a certain kind of food. Like, oh, this is like a fucking gluten-free whatever. Like, there's no way to prove that. As long as you don't have like name brand shit. Once again, we got a Kickstarter for Karl. We got to get his lungs transplanted. He's got one lung. It's tiny and black.
It's shriveled up like a little raisin, I imagine.
Like, you would think he worked in a coal mine as a child, but no. He just smokes. He smoked since a child.
That is not true. I did not work in a coal mine.
I know, I said you would think with that cough.
No, I get that. But I have worked in some shitty ass places with very, very poor air quality.
Yeah. And I would say that's cool, but you've been like that since like high school. Or since after high school. You've had the death cough, Karl.
I'm gonna just sue Discovery for exposing us to asbestos.
I want to sue Discovery for exposing me to like juggalos.
Retardation. Yeah,
That too. Juggalos and retardation. Even though I didn't really pay attention, so they didn't like couldn't retard me.
Dude.
Because I wouldn't listen.
When me and Steph lived in Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's juggalo country out there.
Is it? Gross.
It is.
Sounds gross.
At least in like the city part, in the urban, in the rural areas, it's like, oh, you know, John Deere country, you know. But
they're almost Canadian.
maybe I didn't really notice too much Canadian stuff going on.
They like drinking and donuts. No,
yeah, drinking was a thing out there.
I'm always forgetting to set shit up for this fucking podcast, you know?
But I went to a party because I guess she'd be my sister-in-law.
Yeah? You slept with your sister-in-law? What was that?
Hell no. Chris, you fucker. No, we went to this party with my sister-in-law, me and Steph up in Minnesota. It ended up being a bunch of weird-ass juggalos.
Oh, wow.
And what do you know? Pretty sure Stephanie got roofied, so I had to fucking get her out of there and shit.
Right. That's crazy.
I've never seen my wife fucking pass out after 2 beers. Not ever.
Like straight pass out?
Like straight pass out, like couldn't get her up.
That's crazy.
And it all started when this chick that brought her first beer when we showed up at the party.
Yeah.
It was open, you know, so I wasn't on my game. I should have stopped that, you know?
Right.
But, like, it was a chick that she worked with.
For sure.
But then, like, as soon as she fucking passed out, they started playing this weird-ass Juggalo song that was talking about fucking people's bitches like that with roofies. And I was like, hell no. So I felt like I was in a life or death situation, and I got all fucking hella crazy and drunk in that motherfucker.
Really? You're like, I'm gonna fight you all off, get away from me.
Yeah, I was pretty much like, if you guys don't back the fuck up while I figure out how we're getting the fuck out of here, like...
Well, were they trying to get you to, like, stay? Because she was passed out, or what?
No, I think that they were fucking thinking that shit was gonna work on me, because I think they might have tried that shit on me, too. But I was like, I ain't falling asleep for nothing, you motherfuckers, you know?
Right.
And I fucking ended up fucking...
My drug tolerance is high, motherfucker.
Because I got a ride there, because I didn't have a car at the time. So I fucking was calling people, and... that was crazy. Stephanie's like, no, I was fine. It's like... No, people don't really remember that shit when it happens soon. That's the whole point.
Well, on a much better note, let's cut to what we're smoking. Because I forgot to do that.
Great story.
And today on the podcast, we will be smoking a nice OG Kush Breath, which is produced by the Oleo Company, and it's a pretty nice shatter. And that is what we'll be smoking today.
I keep on forgetting that you're recording me. That's good. So I keep on talking about shit I wouldn't. That's okay, though.
Oh, that's fun.
But I've been doing a little temp work at that fucking Antlers Doubletree Hotel. That place is a fucking shithole, man.
Is it? Isn't that supposed to be like one of the nicer hotels, man?
I wouldn't fucking go there.
I don't know. I don't do too much hotel going, so.
Most hotels give me the creeps, to be honest, man, because it's just like an overpriced experience. Like, your food is fucking frozen nasty shit, no matter where you go. I mean, unless you're getting fucking swordfish in fucking Florida or something, you know. It's just not fresh. You know, but, you know.
I don't know, I've been to a motels.
Yeah, motel, you know.
Like, the shit where you get you get a room and then you gotta drive to McDonald's to get yourself something to eat.
Yeah, that's pretty normal. That's what normal folk do. Yeah. I don't envy people that are like, yeah, I'm gonna spend $300 for some shitty ass food in a fucking creepy splooge covered room. Yeah.
Right. You remember all those like news channels would always be like, let's see what these rooms are really like, and they'd bust out the jizz light. And they're like, look at it, it's covered in semen everywhere.
I worked in the hospitality industry for like 3 years, man. Mm-hmm. Those maids have 15, 20 minutes to clean your room. You think they're getting all the splooge out? Everything. No. Hell no.
Not just splooge, like any kind of shit.
Any kind of shit, yeah.
Like, I've heard like crazy ass shit, like...
The biggest thing is like hair in the sink. Like, if you're at a hotel and you fucking shave in the sink, you're an asshole. You're on vacation. You know, unless you're on a business trip, don't do that shit.
Some people want to keep it clean, Carl.
Same. Put that shit in a bag.
Well, you should always...
Or at least leave a fucking tip. Nobody left tips for my mom. She was a maid.
Nobody left tips?
Never. I worked with my mom for 2 years while she was a maid. I was a houseman. Nobody left her ass a tip.
Is a houseman just a maid, Carl?
No. I had to like stock their carts and like
bring laundry down. So you're the maid's maid.
I'm like the maid's assistant bitch boy, yeah. Or I was, you know.
It's gotta suck.
Yeah.
I don't know, just like I work with food and shit, so like I handle people's dirty ass plates and like old food and like all kinds of like raw meat and shit, so not all at the same time, but
I'd probably still be working there. But there's like this old German lady, and she was like a SS commander style, like yelling at me and shit. I had to quit. It's like, fuck this. Yeah, but after 2 years, that's a good run.
We didn't win the war for this. Walk out.
Well, I think she hated me because she knew I called her a Nazi once at lunch to some of the other employees, and you know how people like to talk about other
Right.
people.
And I'm sure if she's like straight from Germany, that's like super sensitive spot for like straight Germans.
Yeah, but if you're from Germany, don't act like a fucking Nazi then.
Right?
Like,
You should overcompensate like the rest of your country.
just saying.
Be really nice.
Don't be
and
yelling at me in
make
German and
cuckoo
shit.
clocks.
But yeah,
I feel like that term gets thrown around a lot. Nazi.
it does. But in the context I'm using it, I'm not. It has nothing to do with her political views.
Yeah. Hear that sound, Carl? The sound of the dog.
It's the sound of the dog
Yeah.
trying to open the door
Yeah.
with his paws.
Yeah. I can hear him. I told you, man. They own us. They're figuring shit out. Eventually, it's the planet of the dogs. They're gonna rise up.
I believe that shit. There's already PetSmart and shit.
Or at least we're gonna die, and then the dogs will take over. And cats. Fuck lizards. They can't handle cold.
Eventually, they'll be neutering us.
Like, we can pour our own food now, buddy.
This is Bob Barker, and I'm here to tell you.
It's just a bizarre world. It's a dog in a suit, like, named Bob Barker.
Spayed and neuter, you're human.
We're sitting there naked on their living room floor, like, no, come on.
No, by then we've devolved to not be able to communicate.
Yeah.
We're just kind of like
Just naked, hairless monkeys that live in
Yeah.
their houses.
holding our shit in, like we do to dogs. Like, oh, I'm gonna bust a shit.
Like, nah, I'm watching the wheel. You know, wait. Or scared of thunder all the time.
Yeah.
Planet of the Dog sounds horrifying. Why don't they make that movie?
It does sound kind of, are they, like, still four-legged? Or are they hominid dogs? Because that would really fucking creep me out.
No, four-legged but with hands. That's the creepiest. Still four-legged, but they got hands, so they could, like, grab you.
I'm, like, really creeped out.
Yeah. Telling you, that's a scary... Like, if
Yeah.
dogs had hands, people wouldn't get dogs. Like, if they had little raccoon hands, like, people would not buy dogs. Because that's just too creepy. Just imagine that in the middle of the night.
I don't
Like,
know.
you're
I've
sleeping,
seen some people
and that's
that are
how a
just,
dog
like-
wants to wake you up to go get some food or go outside. Like, imagine
Yeah,
that
no.
shit. Yeah, fuck that.
No.
It's like having a monkey. Like, why would you get a monkey? It's just
You wake
fucking-
up and your dog is just, like, putting his fingers down your throat. Like, oh, hell no.
And it doesn't know because it's a dog. It's like, I'm doing this. Like, that'd be scary.
Yeah.
Hyper evolved dogs with hands would be like creepy as fuck.
This has been a public service announcement to eradicate all dogs.
The Chinese are right. We need a festival where we eat them all.
No.
And we stop them. No. Listen, Carl. Listen. This Planet of the Dog sounds horrifying.
Live and let live, okay? Maybe we should let them all free so that when they evolve, they're like, humans are cool. Cats, though, fuck those.
Cats. I don't know, man. Most cats are pretty cool. I mean, they're not friendly like dogs.
I never liked cats until I met this really cool cat. He was like old as fuck and like really, really sick because he had a big ass swollen.
An old gross cat changed my heart, Chris.
Yeah, he had a big ass swollen tooth and stuff. So I figure, I'll take this cat in because he was, we were out on like 7 acres of farmland up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So I fucking wrapped his ass up in a warm white towel and shit. Blew a shitload of weed smoke in that fool's face and pulled his tooth. And then the cat wouldn't leave me alone. Ever since then, he was like, you saved my life and I love you.
Well, fucked on a weed smoke in his face and ripped his tooth out.
Yeah. But that tooth had to go, man.
Dude,
cat
that was like-
his
that was
whole face
medicine,
was like
though.
swollen, like from the tooth.
But that was medicine back in the olden days. They were like, here, take a few shots of whiskey and we're going to cut your leg off. So I guess it works.
Yeah. I don't know if weed smoke's good for a cat, but I figure, some kind of altered state would be the only humane way to do it.
Right.
And nobody gives a fuck about animals out there, man. Like, I tried to call, like, animal services like multiple times for like all sorts of stray animals I'd see hurt as fuck. And nobody would have come to help. It's not like out here, you know.
Yeah, they don't do, I don't know, out here they don't do cats. Like, anything to do with cats, they don't fuck around with cats.
This thing's hot.
I know, I'm waiting a second.
Oh.
Break time. Dogs are gonna bark.
You got a pipe or something for these?
I do have a pipe.
Marijuanas?
We have to bust out the lone pipe that I have, which is the Great Pokey Flute pipe. The only way to get Snorlax to wake up is with wake and bake.
I like it. I need something to take this bad boy out with.
We'll use the
Pokujin.
The Pokujin. Extreme close up ball poke. Bing. That's a new segment on the show. It's where we clean out the pipe really close up. Take some
For all the cinematic action.
Yeah, it's like
in your face.
Yeah, it's like a Michael Bay picture. It's nice. Speaking of that, do you think they're gonna make more Transformers movies?
I don't know. I haven't seen the last two, and I was a big fan. So
you're a big fan of Transformers, like in general, or those movies?
Just in general, when I was a kid, but like,
yeah,
you know, they just didn't really capture the feeling for me. Maybe it was Shia LaBeouf, but I still did see the first three.
Yeah,
that's like up to like what, like Dark Side of the Moon or something.
I don't know, man. I saw the first one and then I kind of didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know. When it comes to giant robots, like I've said many times, that's one of my like favorite things ever is giant robots. But Transformers just never did it for me in terms of that. There's always cooler giant robots.
Yeah.
And the ones I like are generally piloted by dudes or people, you know, like it's not a sentient robot alien that chose to transform into cars when they can like transform
like
into anything.
Like MechWarrior kind of stuff.
Yeah, I like Gundam and like fucking Robotech and stuff like that.
Yeah. I like the first season of the old school Robotech, but the second season is kind of weird for me where they had those like land turret things. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
First season's really badass though, with the really cool captain that's like in charge of it.
I know, but I hate that like that chick who's the pop star. I kind of hate her.
Yeah. Yeah, those segments are.
And she only sings the one song. So bad.
Well, there's a couple of them.
Yeah.
There's a couple songs, but it's just like, fuck, if I gotta be stuck in here with this spaceship.
Listen to this fucking bitch.
I'm gonna join the fucking Zentradi, motherfuckers.
Right? Make me big. I'll ride in your goddamn chicken walkers. They look like they're more my size right now anyways.
And the stupid part is, like, she's the biggest reason for all the Zentradi wanting to become human and shit. You know?
They're like, her song's so awesome. Like, no.
Oh my god, it makes me feel so good. It's like, no, destroy the mini people.
Just that one. Just make it stop. Right? Or you ever used to watch Big O? You ever see that show?
Big O. That's with the big robot, right?
Well, yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure I'm remembering the right one.
Yeah. It was the big robot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like piloted by a dude.
And killed big ass monsters and
big,
other
it was big ass
shit.
robots, basically. Like, it takes.
I remember it killing a monster that came out of a lake.
Yeah, dude, that's one of my favorite episodes. It's like a giant,
too.
like they're all giant mechs that were made in like the past because this is like.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This is like where everybody's like, somehow everyone's had their memories wiped, and they live in these domed cities, because everywhere else is like fucked up and like apocalypse and shit. But nobody knows what happened, so nobody has any memory of what's going on. But this dude lives in one of the main cities. It's like called like Domino City or something like that. But either way, he's got a giant ass robot. And he's basically Batman, but with a mech. He's like this rich guy who's I forget what he does. He's like a consultator or something, but he like helps people do shit. He's basically like a bounty hunter type guy.
Okay.
Detective shit.
Yeah, it's been forever since I've seen that show. But I remember the robot was cool.
The giant robot's really cool. It's got
and
like
it's like good at punching stuff.
Yeah, because it's got pistons in its arms, so when it like punches, like these pistons like blast it and shit. It's really dope. That's another show I really dug. With
I
the
enjoyed
giant
it.
robots.
That reminds me of Pacific Rim. I enjoyed that movie.
Dude, they got a new one coming out.
Yeah.
I don't think Guillermo del Toro's like on this one, but
Yeah, that
But still.
disappoints me a little bit, but
yeah, because I'm a fan of Guillermo del Toro's stuff. Everything looks really cool, and he knows how to like create like creepy
oh
stuff.
man, there was so much fucking and like especially in like the city fights where you know, he's fighting like that gorilla and that fucking flying thing at the same time.
Yeah.
The contrast of like light and dark in the city just makes it so epic looking. Like it's a style that he likes, that he used in that movie that I like so much.
He's got a new flick coming out. It's called The Shape of Water.
Okay.
And it's like, it looks weird. It's like about a lady who's deaf, or from what I can get from the trailer, it's like a lady who's deaf and she works in like a research facility, and she's like a janitor type. And it's like a weird society. I don't know what it is really, but it looks really cool. And it looks like they find some kind of like water like man, like some kind of merman, like Black Lagoon creature type guy.
Okay.
Like it almost looks like Abe Sapien from Hellboy.
That's what I was just about to say,
Yeah.
because I just watched Hellboy yesterday.
Yeah, it's
on
another
TV.
fucking Guillermo fucking del Toro movie. It's
Yeah.
awesome. And yeah, it's almost like Abe Sapien, like, and this lady, like, this definitely looks like she somehow like falls in love with this like fucking like creature, and then I don't know, she tries to free him and stuff. I don't know, like they didn't give too much away in the trailer, which is shit I like. But I'm intrigued and I want to see this movie. It looks
You ever
really
see
cool.
that creepy movie Splice?
Yeah, where the dude like fucks the fucking creepy monster after he makes it, and it's like technically his kid, because the lady used like him and her shit because they were in love or whatever.
And then it like tries to kill him as soon as he fucks it.
Yeah, and then at the end it fucking grows a dick and fucks the lady.
Yeah.
And then the lady keeps the fucking baby and like researches on that or whatever.
I don't
like,
remember that. Was that the extended version?
That might have been after post credits scene maybe, but I remember that.
Maybe I was too disgusted by the ending to continue down the credits.
But either way, she gets fucked. They both get fucked by the monster they make. It's a fucked up movie, man. It's awesome. I like movies that have fucked up like premises like that. Like I've talked about Tusk on the podcast, I think, but like this movie Tusk is something you gotta watch if you like fucked up movies.
Well,
And body horror and stuff like that.
I don't necessarily say that I search them out, but I don't shy away from them. I mean, I watched like 3/4 of the Human Centipede. You know, somebody taught me into it.
See, I didn't even watch the Human Centipede. I'm like, yeah, cool.
The movie was fucking fucked up.
It's a fucking, I don't know, like, yeah, I like fucked up movies, but I like where they're written fucked up, not just like they're gonna show you a fucked up visual and then be like, see, ooh, scary and fucked up. And that's what like Human Centipede is to me. It's like, oh, look at this like grotesque shit, horror. And if people are into that kind of shit, like by all means, fucking watch it. Like I don't give a fuck. I like shit that kind of falls in that realm too.
All
like,
genres of horror have merit.
Yeah.
Think about being abducted by some scientist and fucking. Well, don't think about it.
What, like
It's fucked
Fire
up.
in the Sky? Did you ever see that?
Fire in the Sky.
I think that's what it's called. It's like a alien abduction flick. And it's
Oh yeah.
and it's got like that really fucked up like abduction scene where the dude
And the
gets,
guy turns into this crazy thing at the end.
yeah.
Yeah, I seen that many years ago.
Such a weird movie. I gotta go back to it because I haven't seen it in a good while. Apparently there's one with Christopher Walken in it. And it's about a guy who gets abducted by aliens. And now I have to see it because just imagine that guy like, I'm abducted by aliens.
Oh no! Fire in the Sky. That's about the fucking the hillbilly guy. They got abducted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that movie. I like that movie because of how they made the aliens look.
Fucking weird, man.
Yeah, and how they like tried to explain the weird synthetic looking aspect of gray aliens with the fact that it was a suit.
Yeah.
I love that part. But I've never seen a Christopher Walken one.
I forget what it's called. It's called like Covenant or something like that.
Oh, okay.
It's so weird. See, let me pull it up. Because we live in the time of future.
Busted my phone up, man.
Yeah. What the fuck do you do?
I don't even know how I did it. I took the kids out to the grocery store.
Christopher Walken alien movie.
And it was in my pocket. When I got back, it was all smashed the fuck up.
Communion. That's what it's called. Not covenant. I knew it was like Jesus-y. It's communion.
Ah.
But I hear it's fucking weird, so I want to watch it. And I don't want to read the Wikipedia, so if you're expecting me to do that, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
All I know is it's aliens and Christopher Walken acting crazy, so I gotta watch it.
We could change the Wikipedia, though.
Anyone can. That's what's fucked up about Wikipedia. So you can't believe it, even though, like, people do. Like, people use that shit for, like, papers when they go to school.
Yeah.
Like, I just looked up Genghis Khan on Wikipedia.
Did you hear about the North Koreans shooting that nuke over the Japs?
Over Japan, Carl? Why do you gotta get all old-timey and racist?
No, they're our allies. I want them to do Pearl Harbor 2 on those motherfuckers.
Why you gotta call them Japs?
Alright, the Japanese.
There you go, Carl.
Alright. You're never allowed to call me a cracker.
Alright, the Japanese are never allowed to call Karl Studdard a cracker. Right here first, folks.
Yep.
Truce. Yeah, I heard about that. It's fucked up, man. Leave Japan alone. They make anime. I'll watch that stuff.
Not only that, but North Korea, you're gonna get your ass whooped.
No, you're just gonna cause us to shoot all our nukes, and that's not good for anybody.
I don't think they got nukes yet, man. I think we should go in there and conventionally whoop their ass. Just no boots on the ground. Just bomb every fucking square inch of that motherfucker.
Yeah, I think we should develop a giant robots.
Yeah, that'd be cool
fight
too.
The North Koreans.
Just a giant robot picking up a T-34-85 and flinging it 100 fucking miles. That'd be fucking cool.
With jet boots and a laser sword. That's what I want, Carl. That's the only time a war would be acceptable to me, is when we have giant robots to do this with. Until it's giant robots or nothing but swords. It's the only time I'm with a war. If we do an all swords war, I'm down. Because I don't know. It takes skill to pilot a giant robot or use a sword.
Yeah.
And when you pilot a giant robot, you gotta use a giant sword. See, so it's twice as hard.
It's really hard to do sword combat. Like, it's not as easy as it looks, you know?
Yeah, I assume it's a little more like barbaric than you would think.
It's not like TV where people are like actually choreographed to like clean blades together. Like a lot of times.
Well, with samurai swords, that wasn't really a thing. Like,
no,
they did more of like trying to avoid a blade as opposed to using like blade to block it.
I think movies reflect that pretty good for samurais. But like,
nah, there's always there's always some of that going on, like all the time.
Yeah, some of the good ones though.
Yeah.
Show a lot of fucking one blow kills.
A lot of older ones do, cause
like that movie that you recommended.
Did you watch? Oh yeah, I told this guy to watch Shogun Assassin or Lone Wolf and Cub.
Yeah. It was pretty
Lone
cool.
Wolf and Cub, baby carriage at the River Styx. You watched it?
Yeah.
What'd you think, Carl?
I thought a lot of the acting was like a little cheesy, but I thought the fucking choreography for the battles and stuff was great.
Right, but it's a '70s movie, so of course the acting's gonna be cheesy.
Yeah, I was expecting that for sure, just right away from credits to be from the very beginning, you know.
But such a good movie. And I told you like how he had the fucking baby carriage all hooked up, like with the fucking spears and shit.
Yeah.
And blades.
Yeah. Some of the cheesiness was good too, though. You know, like
right.
Yeah, that was a little cheesy, but it was good. It made me laugh, you know.
Yeah, all that's based off of a manga series,
Yeah.
actually.
And I like a good justified revenge story,
Yeah.
you know?
Isn't it fucked up, though, how he's like... His kid's like 2, and he's like, pick the ball or the sword. If you pick the ball, I'm gonna kill you. And you go with your mom, or you can pick the sword. We'll
Yeah,
kill
but having
everybody
seen
together.
many Japanese movies, that's like a recurring theme. Like, they're always telling kids, if you don't have any worth, you're kind of just like meat for the dogs and shit. You know,
Yeah.
like, they're fucked up. At least in feudal Japan. You know?
Right? I don't know. I don't know a lot about Japanese culture outside of like the stuff I read about samurais.
Well, think about it, dude. They have
and
like
that's about
generals
it.
that lose one battle and have to fucking kill themselves out of the shame. So think about it.
Yeah.
If you're a kid that's not fucking learning how to write or read or talk,
What? Go on.
how much worth did you have back then? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's kind of just like the same thing with everyone.
But I assume it's different for, like, depending on where you're at in society. Like, if you were a fucking nobility, like, they didn't give a fuck about certain things. Like, it wouldn't have mattered. Or it would have mattered more if you were part of the nobility, I mean. Like, if you weren't, if you were just some random peasant kid, they wouldn't have held you to, like, the same standards, like the samurai stuff.
Yeah, indeed.
Because a lot of people forget, like, samurais weren't really, like, what you see in, like, movies and shit like that. Like, there's, like, a few different eras when it comes to the samurai. Like, at first they were, like, they're basically just, like, mercenaries, and then eventually they were, like, some, like, pirates. And then later on, after, like, the Civil War era, because they were mercenaries and pirates, so they got hired to fight in those wars and stuff, and eventually by the, like, rich landowner guys, and they eventually gained more power, like, through that. And that's how you get the samurai, the actual samurai period, where, like, there's the nobility and stuff.
Yeah.
So it took a little bit for the samurai to get, like, at that point. And even then, not all of them were, like, fucking swordsmen or, like, shit like that.
And you're just talking about the shoguns now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you know. It's just fucking super sad everywhere you go. Fucking same old story. Every culture's different as hell, but the same in some general aspect, and that is the human aspect. You know, just non-stop violence. Just don't make any sense.
I don't know. That's how monkeys work, man.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
You take territory, and then you go look for other territory, then you take that one. And then the other people try to keep their territory, and then take the territory that you
All
got.
I'm saying is I'm not down for any more wars until it's robots with lasers and swords and shit. Like you're saying, in jetpacks.
Right?
Then it's gonna be cool again.
Then war's cool again. But until then, I'm against it. I don't know, even then, I wouldn't even want to be I would just want a giant robot. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to join the military now that there's giant robots. I'd be like, I just want one.
Yeah.
Can I get one?
You've always wanted a giant robot.
Who doesn't?
Well, yeah, but you've always been very, very verbal about this.
Makes sense.
Consistently.
Makes sense, Carl. Giant robots just make sense.
They do. What happens when you have a giant monster attack a city? You need a giant robot.
Right.
As simple as that.
And then you're the guy who's got the one giant robot. Suddenly you're pretty popular, see?
Then your ex from high school's calling, you know?
Everybody's ex from high school's calling. Like, yeah, I just saved the fucking world from a giant monster that came from the sea.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be pretty appealing.
And even then, I wouldn't even care. As long as I just had a giant robot, I'd be like, that'd be cool. I'd be like Matthew McConaughey from Dazed and Confused. I would just be all right.
All right. There's a really cool, like, 80s movie, and I know that's hard to believe.
There's a lot of really cool 80s movies.
But it's about, I think it's called, like, Robo Jockeys or something. Fuck, I'm gonna have to ask my dad, because
What is it about?
The world is sick of war. So every country develops a gigantic robot program to fight in the arena to decide conflicts and dispute about resources and shit. So every country picks their champion.
Why don't they remake this?
It's a fucking great movie. Even the old one was great.
That sounds cool.
I remember in the 90s for a while they had a little bit of like a action figure line that was behind this movie. But then it went away.
Robo jockeys?
Or something like that. Fuck, I can't remember, man. It's...
I remember that one toy line with like the dinosaurs and the lasers. And I was like...
And whenever it's not like at a robot part, like the main character is like a kung fu fucking badass motherfucker with a hover car. It's a pretty badass movie.
All I'm getting are like robots that jockey horses. That's more amazing than what you were talking about.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Let's see, robot jockey Wikipedia. Not the movie, the robots, the real robots. Dude, they're used in camel races.
Robot jockeys?
Yeah, dude, like.
Wow.
They were developed in 2004. And they're phasing out of use. Why would you stop using robots?
Robot jocks.
Is that what it's called?
With a X. J-O-X. I'm almost certain this is it.
Read us the Wikipedia, Carl. Let's delve into the
Overview.
black hole of robot jocks.
Okay. I'm stuck on the damn picture.
If you could read, because your phone's like smashed.
I have a trailer. Will that suffice?
Nah, pull up the Wikipedia.
Okay.
I don't want to have to pull up a video and then possibly get fucked with for that video.
You do it then.
You're a dick,
My phone
Carl.
is like acting like a motherfucker.
You know what, Carl? Maybe you should like take care of your fucking phone.
Oh, I see the camel jockeys now. What? That is weird.
It looks like they just have an amputee. Robot Jocks 2?
It probably sucks. Like every sequel.
To every like B science fiction movie?
Yeah.
Oh no, the dogs again. Pause, and then we'll get back to Robot Jocks.
Intermission.
Fucking dogs, right? You telling me I hate these dogs. They're against my podcast, and I don't like it. Makes me mad.
They control you, that's all.
I know, man. We're slaves to our fucking Canaan overlords, Carl. They just rule the shit. They're like, hey, you don't get the podcast because we think someone's coming inside. Why don't you look?
Okay, I found an overview, I think.
No, I haven't pulled up, Carl. I just said I was gonna wait.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Robot Jocks. J-O-X, by the way. What the fuck? Is a 1990 post-apocalyptic science fiction movie directed by Stuart Gordon. Starring Gary Graham, who I don't know who that is, and Mary Johnson, another person I don't know who the fuck that is, and Paul Koslow, another unknown person. So it's not a B movie where they could fit one real famous person in there just to give it a little bit of juice, you know? And it's based off of and the film was co-written by science fiction author Joel Haldeman. I don't read. We talked about that in this previous episode of Chronversations with Marco Suave. I just don't fucking read all that much unless it's a comic book.
Well, you had a subpar United States education.
No, it's just a lot of shit doesn't interest me, so I don't want to read. And they're just going to make a movie out of it. In in a month before I even finish it, so why am I gonna just bother? You know?
That was a good damn point.
Yeah. All right, back to Robot Jocks.
You're not doing very good with the summary reading.
Just shut up, Carl. All right, the film follows a guy called Achilles, man, and he's one of the robot jocks. They pilot giant machines that fight international battles to settle territory disputes in a dystopian post-apocalyptic world. After producer Charles Band approved this movie, the director approached Haldeman to write the script, man. And fuck, this movie earned $1 million, like a little over $1 million.
Damn.
Back in like 1999 money, that's pretty good.
Is that? That seems like that sucks.
Actually, yeah, it does suck because its budget was $10 million.
Okay, so they're out
So
$9 million.
they got fucked. I didn't see that part. They got fucked.
It's 1990. Their budget must have been like action figures and shit. How do you do that?
I don't know, man. And yeah,
Mary Johnson must have been getting paid a lot.
and after discussing that horrible budget fail, Robot Jox received negative critical response and little audience attention upon first theatrical run, but has recently attracted some critical praise. The film has been re-released on various home videos and Blu-ray.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
I thought it was an entertaining flick.
yeah, I might have to check it out. Like I said, I love giant robots, and I like a old like, oh, not 1990. My bad. So that's 1990 money. So they got fucked. They spent $10 million in 1990s money, and only made $1 million. Yeah, I know. You seen the flash of the screen. I'm so sorry, Gohan. See, the dogs hate it. I'm apologizing to a dog. I own you. I bought you from this. I didn't even buy you. They just tossed you to me. Like garbage. Fluffy, cute garbage.
Or did I just...
You enslaved me.
Yeah, I enslaved you.
You're like a xenomorph egg thing. Like, you're just gonna pass it on.
Yep. Here's your new master, Chris.
That's what they should really say when you get a dog.
But in my defense, I was sick of having 12 little masters running around telling me what to do. So I gave one to you.
Right. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna happen. We're gonna have to fight against the dogs.
As long as they don't have those hands yet, I think we're good.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's not forget that even though we forgot that they really are supposed to do a bunch of work for us, but we enslaved them to work for us.
Yeah. As long as they don't get hands and they're still scared of thunder, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
They'll need us. Is that right, go on? I was wanting to be one of those persons who had like a weird, like, cool pet. Like those people who get like a sugar glider and like walk around with it in their pocket.
I wanted one of those when I was a kid, but now I think it's kind of morally irresponsible.
Really?
Something about the rainforest or something.
Are they a rainforest critter?
I don't know. But things belong where they belong.
Yeah, so now you're against having a weird pet?
Yeah.
You gotta get a weird pet from a weird place?
Yeah.
Would you ever consider falconry? Because you know how you get a falcon or a bird of prey for that kind of shit? You gotta go steal an egg from a fucking nest.
And then you gotta, like, get it to imprint on
Then
it.
you gotta hatch it. Yeah, that's how you get fucking birds for that. You gotta steal an egg.
That's kind of fucked.
Yeah. Cameron told me about that. I was like, oh, fuck. That's how you get birds, I would think.
That's kind of fucked up, man.
That's why we
That's
should
kidnapping.
That's why we need to start cloning all kinds of shit. Like, you could just clone an eagle that you can have. And that's cool. You don't steal an eagle. You just get one.
I would clone myself. If you buy the clone, you own it, right? So I'd just send the clone to fucking work, even if he was like, you know, fucking retarded as hell because of the cloning process. I would just get two of them and make sure that they both got remedial jobs, and I'd just sit back.
I would want a retarded one because then they couldn't rise up against you, you know?
Or try to replace you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I would make sure that mine had, like, you know, permanent dye that had, like, a number on their forehead.
Just get them tattooed.
I'm starting to sound like a Roman or something. Dude, I always wondered if there was a entomology reason that the word villain and the word villa are so, you know? You ever think about
You
that?
think that's like a rich people are evil like thing? Well, only rich people live in villas. Carl.
No, specifically, a Roman villa is where a Roman citizen would live. And Roman citizens, even in the Roman Empire, were few and far between and had dozens, if not hundreds, of slaves, which they treated like shit. For the most part, I'm sure. I don't know. I just think that the Roman Empire fell for a goddamn reason. Because it was fucking fucked up and corrupt.
Nah, the reason it happened was they fucking got spread too thin, and then they couldn't control like everything.
Yeah, but I think part of the reason that they couldn't control what they had already conquered militarily is because of corruption. Like, I agree with the whole spreading too things when it comes to the barbarians and stuff. You know, for a good while they beat the German barbarians back, but I don't know. Who ended up destroying them completely? I forget.
I don't even remember. I'm not the biggest history human. I mean, I like that kind of shit. I just don't remember a lot of it. Man, we just had that, Jeez, Carl. Come on now. do. Waiting for Carl to quit choking. I'm trying a new sound setup, so we'll see how hardcore your coughs are now.
I apologize.
Oh, dude. I'm just gonna edit this part out.
Okay.
Except for the stuff when I'm talking, because it's not important. Alright, we're back from Coughing Fit, starring Carl. That's his little segment we like to do around here.
Yep.
Whenever he's around. Because holy fuck, man, like that first podcast I had you on, I had to put a disclaimer because you and Cameron were both just so bad.
Cameron likes to do a lot of dabs now, too.
Yeah. I've created a bit of a monster. I started him rolling down that hill.
Yeah. Did you see their badass new rig?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of honey straws or nectar collectors. I don't know. A lot of people are for them. They're like, oh, they hit real nice and you get a good taste from them and stuff. It's just they're not as efficient. Like they don't burn as much of it. So you get a lot of reclaim and then I feel like you're wasting a lot of it.
Agreed.
Cause like
I would love to
because I cleaned
this
this like before I got what I got, and I basically smoked 2 grams out of this already, and this is how dirty it's gotten over those 2 grams.
My nectar collector would be black.
Yeah, see, and that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
That's because the domeless titanium nail is a little more efficient.
Yeah,
And
I
you
want to
burn
get
more.
something like this, but I can never find a real nice small one because I don't want a super big one.
Well, that's not very big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can
Yeah.
never find a nice small one like this.
You need to go to there's like a shop down the street on Platte. It's it's right on the corner of Boulder and Platte, like right there once you turn off of it from Circle.
Yeah.
Heading west.
For now, I'm broker than a motherfucker.
Yeah. But this shit's real cheap. Like I got this for $50. Like.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I would be totally willing to spend $50 for that.
Yeah.
Not 160
Yeah.
for something that's fucking 2 feet long. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't usually shop anywhere else but like Higher Elevations. Which is like the custom glass place out here in Colorado. They make a lot of cool shit. That's where I got the Pokemon pipe. And that's where I've gotten all of my pieces for like years was Higher Elevations. And this is the first time in a while I got something from somewhere else. And that was because I had broken my fucking little nectar collector that I was using. And yeah, that shit broke. And I was like, fuck, I need a rig because I didn't have any flour at that time. So I was like, I got no way to smoke this fucking shit I got. So I went and I bought a rig and I bought a nail. Or I had the nail. So I just went and I bought the rig.
So yeah, I would be trying all sorts of cool stuff with this. Kool-Aid or something
Why?
to make my dabs taste super good.
I don't know, man. I've never really known, because there was always, that was a like fad for a while, like the Tasty Puff stuff, and like people would put like shit in their bong too, like in their bong water and stuff like that. I remember like that was going around for a while. I didn't like it. Doesn't really help.
I liked the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Like, or something like that, but I don't know if it was like bad for you. I tried it a couple times.
I don't think it's bad for you because you're using it to filter. It's
I
not
think
like
that
you're
Tasty Poof shit might have been bad for you.
Oh,
man.
most
Yeah,
definitely,
I mean,
dude.
Come on, you're putting some kind of chemical on the fucking weed, you know? Not to mention all the drug dealers that were trying to sell their beasters as like purple or something.
Yeah, and then like, so you smells like so good, it smells like grapes, like. Fuck you.
Yeah, dude, it's
that shit smells like cough syrup, like you dipped your shit in fucking Robitussin.
Yeah.
Eat a dick.
Remember that time that we were dumb as fuck and robo-tripped?
Didn't we do that a couple of times?
I think I only did it once.
Yeah. But either way, it was weird.
Oh, no, you're thinking about the times that we had Viking and cough syrup that we smoked.
No, that was the scissor.
The scissor, yeah. No, but the time that we fucking robo-tripped.
Yeah, I remember.
And we were running out in your front yard.
Yeah, and you were like, we got jelly legs.
It felt like the ground was jello, man. Never do that shit again. Don't do that shit, kids.
Yeah, they take that stuff out. Isn't that like no longer in cough syrup, that dexamethasone or whatever?
I hope so. Because goddamn, man. I thought I was going to fucking die when I got home.
Right. It's so weird, like, what kids do to get high, like, legally, technically. Or just, yeah, it's
or
just
like the synthetic weed that kills
yeah.
people when they should just be smoking normal weed and taking a nap.
Right. But we live in a weird society where it's like, oh, you can't smoke weed and, like, have regular jobs or things like that. Because you're a horrible drug fiend. Or whatever, you know. It's fucking stupid.
I'm trying to break out in some kind of creative industry where they're just, like, open to anything, you know?
Right. Fuck it, on the weekends you pretend to be a chicken, whatever.
Yeah.
I like your books.
Well, if you're slaughtering virgins to the gods, you know, make sure you don't get caught.
Speaking of slaughtering virgins to the gods, we had that eclipse not too long ago. It's like beginning of
You
this
think there
week.
was some weird sacrificial shit going on?
No, it's just we never do that anymore as humans. Like back in the olden times, like that's
I
what we would
wouldn't say
do.
never. I would say it's hidden. If
It's
done
rare now, okay? Like we don't build a giant pyramid to do it on, okay?
Yeah.
Or we're not like getting into fucking orgies or doing crazy ass fucking festival things for that kind of shit. We don't do anything. We used to have fun on those events. Celestial events were like a big deal. Now we just people just download Total Eclipse of the Heart and wear fucking shitty glasses or stare at the sun directly like a fucking retard.
Yeah,
you know?
and people are paying $99 for pay-per-view fights that don't even end in death.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Or a proper KO.
A proper KO, but clearly going to be a KO.
Yeah.
If you're talking about Mayweather and McGregor.
Yeah.
He was like, what? You know, I didn't see it going like that. I saw it going to 12 rounds in favor of Mayweather.
Oh, you thought it'd go all the way to decision?
Yeah, because
I didn't think it'd go all the way, like, because I've for sure seen McGregor, like, getting gassed, like, later on. Like, he was going to get gassed and then he was going to get worked. That's what I seen happening. That's kind of...
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, Mayweather's never been known for his knockout power. Just his ability to box so well that he gets more points.
Yeah.
Which is commendable on its own, you know.
And it's not even like he knocked McGregor out. It was like ref stoppage.
Yeah,
and he was still standing and shit.
Yeah, but it can be really, really bad for an athlete to get knocked at, to get hit more when they're already knocked out and still standing up. You know, that's not good. You can get your neck broken, shit, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So the ref did what he thought was best for his safety. I'm sure he's fucking pissed off about it, though. I
don't know, man. He went 10 rounds with, like, the best boxer in the world.
It's impressive, but I'm sure he still wanted to win.
Yeah, so still. He did, as far as, like, he did a good showing of it, man, you know?
I thought Mayweather's interview afterwards was very humble. You know, he didn't like knock him or anything. You know, he just said, you know, he was like real thankful for his career and.
Dude just made $50 million. Why?
Yeah, I mean, I would be fucking ecstatic like he was. You know, he was very ecstatic. You know, fucking A, man.
So much goddamn money off of that, dude. I'd be happy as fuck.
He was like saying something how he has made over $1 billion in the industry since he started.
Yeah, dude. The dude owns a fleet of Bugattis, dude. It's like the world's most expensive car. He owns like a fleet of them.
Dude, if dude didn't mind have assassins coming after him, he could have a fleet of fucking F-22s, I bet. Nah, probably not.
Why do you get assassins for having jets?
Countries are going to try to kill you if you try to buy an Air Force. You know?
What if you just want it? Like,
I think you need more than $1 billion, though.
Yeah, like, aren't like jets like fucking
I know F-35s are like more than $1 billion for one.
Yeah, I was going to say, aren't they like...
But those are ridiculously stupid.
Few $1 billion. And even other fighter jets are like a couple $100 million.
But man, if I could get 10 F-16s, man, that'd be cool. Shit. I'll take over Latvia or something, man. Shit.
Just by yourself. Or you should get a squad.
Get a squad?
I got my family. Me and my kids, my wife.
We might even just fly them UAV style, dude. Little robotronic shit inside of the cockpit. It's good to go, man.
That way your kid doesn't always murdering folks at 10.
It's just a video game, son.
I love it, Daddy.
They're rebel scum, like we talked about.
That's how you do child soldiers, man. Without, like, traumatizing them. Make them fucking UAV pilots.
Yeah.
And you tell them it's a game. Boom. Instant army. Instant, like... Your hands are clean, man. As long as you don't tell them, like, when they're young enough, you're just, like, you just don't tell them as they get older. Like, yeah, you, like, shot missiles at people in houses for the government. Like, if you don't tell them that, they're fine. It's not like those kids in Africa who are, like, fucked up because they fucking watch their family get chopped up and that's what forced them to go into the fucking military that they got into, and then they're, like, doing coke and raping people and, like, eating humans and shit, doing all kinds of, like, psycho shit.
I was trying to write a novel about 4 years ago about child soldiers.
Yeah.
In, like, a future dystopian world where they're, like, genetically grown in an underground bunker and, like, trained to be, like, almost zealotish, you know, about some kind of shit, but I lost interest.
Yeah.
I always wanted to restart that story. I couldn't really figure out something to make it super cool. But, you know, that would be a great fucking job, to be an author and actually fucking make a decent amount of money.
Right. I don't know, man. You have to be in it for a minute to make a lot of money. Like this, like Stephen King's fucking probably the richest author, like, around.
Yeah, but you got those fucking
or fucking
wonders like the fucking Harry Potter lady.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That shit fucking went for like 9 books or whatever. It went for a fuck ton of books and like even
merchandise, movies.
Even more movies, and like spin-offs are coming and shit. Like they got that Fantastic Beasts and shit.
That chick that wrote that stuff probably made more money off of just royalties from posters than most authors ever make off their whole damn book.
Or cosplay sweaters.
Yeah.
Like, you know how many Gryffindor fucking scarves that lady made that lady money? Like, so much money off of them scarves.
Yeah.
I never really got into Harry Potter. Like, that's part of my generation.
I thought it was all weird as fuck.
That was something I never really got into. Because when I got into fantasy stuff like that, it was like Conan the Barbarian and like Lord of the Rings and shit like that. So it was like a little more like violent, and like the sorcery was a little more like fucking crazy. Like dudes shoot fireballs that like take out entire armies and shit. Like crazy ass wizards that do like insane shit.
The whole wizardy magic thing.
And there's other
really
shit than just
me.
wizards. That's another thing. Like they picked one like little niche of fantasy.
There's dragons in it. There's something that picks up everyone.
I don't know, but there's so much shit like
the movies are not too bad, but I'm not really.
I can't see either way, like all the way through, because I read a couple of the books. Like I read the first 2, I think, because I was like, I was younger, and I was like, all right, maybe I'll get into this fad. And they read the first one in class to everybody, and it was fucked up. They had to send home a note, like a permission slip to listen to Harry Potter, because like some parents were like super religious nuts, and they're like, I can't read about witchcraft around my children, so they went and like sat somewhere or something. I don't know what those fuckers did, but there was a couple in my class that couldn't listen to Harry Potter.
It's got demonic witchcraft.
Yeah, and those
children would not be around.
And those were the kids who weren't allowed to play Pokemon or Magic the Gathering because there was the demons games, which is totally fine.
I remember a chick that I went to elementary school with. She couldn't even shave her armpits, man.
Oh yeah, and did she have to wear like super long skirts and like she couldn't cut her hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew chicks like that. Like they lived like 2 houses up from me. They're like Pentecostal or something like that. Like when we were really young, dude, like we got babysat by them one day.
Damn.
And we had to go to church with them because they go to church on a weird day. It was like a Wednesday, and I'm like, what the fuck are we going to church for? But I was little. I was like 7 in like first grade, so I was like, why are we going to what? And we end up at their church, and like it's fucked up. You ever seen a Pentecostal like session? I don't know what you call it, like a church
Is that
session?
like the people that do the weird noises and touch
They speak in tongues and shit, dude, and they start going fucking crazy when they're singing the songs and like the dude's preaching or what the fuck ever, and people are like speaking in tongues and shit, and I'm like,
and
what
people
the
pass
fuck?
out when he touches
Yeah,
them?
dude, it was fucked up, dude. And I was like 6 or 7, and I was like, what is this? And that was the first time I realized like religion's fucking nuts, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like after that, like I wouldn't say like that's when I was like no more church, because I'm sure I got dragged to church like a couple of times because I had relatives that were like super religious.
I want to say something for the camera for anyone that might watch this. Okay? There is no truth that you can prove to be truth completely and wholly to another person. That's just a reality. So religion is just a falsehood. Faith is a make-believe feeling. And I know people that say I have ultimate faith are going to say that's bullshit. But I know deep down, when bad shit happens to you, you wonder if there's a God. And another thing.
Marijuana affects the
Fuck, what was I going to say? It was really fucking good. I hate that. I got sidetracked and said a bunch of stuff that I didn't think about.
Mm-hmm. Either way, religion's weird, and it probably doesn't matter in the long run. Just like theoretical physics. I said it.
Yeah, but also, oh yeah, what I really wanted to say was, I recommend myself, just as an individual, spiritual experimentation via alternate states of mind, but in moderation, maybe once in your lifetime, twice. You know, that's it. Find who you are in your mystic spirit.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, back to the mystic spirit of Harry Potter. Fucking, I don't know. I don't think I ever got into Harry Potter like at all.
I found it weird, and I also found it really strange that these parents would like, you know, board their children in this school that is like a battleground / fucking super trapped with magical dangerous shit. Like,
It's different when you're a magical baby, alright?
yeah, but it's irresponsible and it's negligence. And magical CPS should be called on here, Hogwarts for sure. Don't you think?
It kind of seems like Hogwarts is like also their government. Like, a lot of shit goes down at Hogwarts, and then like the Minister of Magic shows up, I guess, and like, I don't know, man. Either way.
These are children, man.
But they're wizard children, dude. If I was a wizard children, I'd be like, yeah, you can put your fucking human kid rules on me. I'll fucking blast you with this fireball I learned. Just chilling. You want to be a crispy corpse?
Oh, yeah.
I don't need to learn algebra. Eat a dick. Send me to wizard school where they're like, alright, you got fireball, here's fucking ice beam.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And what parent wants to deal with it like a fucking hormonal teenage wizard that can summon the powers of the elements or raise the fucking dead? Like, no parent wants to deal with that. Send them to a fucking boarding school where they gotta worry about fucking broom riding and like ogres in the bathroom, you know?
Yeah.
Let it be the fucking government's problem when that shit goes down.
Co-ed boarding too. It's like,
dude, fucking A.
some
Hogwarts
pussy.
knew how to do it, man.
Get some pussy, my little motherfuckers.
And you know they had some like cool wizard like shit they could like smoke or drink. You know they were getting fucked up on wizard shit. My version of Harry Potter would be like far more amazing. It'd be like fucking kids.
And it would be super more gory, like, you know.
Yeah, dude.
The first spells we would have taught those little shits was how to fucking melt people's faces off with like flame
or summon a familiar or something.
Summon a familiar.
And instead of Quidditch, that like broom riding shit, it'd be just wizard battle. Like they would just like fight wizard powers.
The only
in a
thing
wizard
was
tournament.
not to kill, and we could just heal afterwards. But yeah, incapacitate.
Turn into a bird. Shit might happen to you. See, my version of Harry Potter would be cool. They'd be all it'd be more like high schoolish. Like, I feel like, but granted, Harry Potter started out being made for fucking kids, so maybe later on in the movies they get more adultery, they get more like aged up. Maybe, I don't know. But either way,
Harry Potter. That is one thing I can say about Harry Potter. The later stuff is more adulty. You have them falling in love, and there's death, battles.
Harry gets the dick cheese. He gets goblin dick cheese.
Oh. I missed that part.
They didn't deal with that. They didn't like get a STD scare. Is it you or Stephanie who's the Harry Potter expert?
Stephanie definitely is more of a Harry Potter expert than me. But my brother-in-law is kind of crazy with it.
I don't know, man. Harry Potter's shitty wizards. Just like Gandalf. Gandalf wasn't a good wizard. I mean, think about it. He had those eagles the whole time.
I've said that so many times, and people are just like, there wouldn't be any movie. But I'd be like,
he would have saved the fucking day.
Yeah. First of all, why in the fuck are motherfuckers making rings that are fucking this powerful and shit in the first place?
And even then, how powerful is an invisibility ring? Like, oh, you get to go hollow man on motherfuckers and see a titty and whatnot. That's about it.
I just never got how Sauron couldn't fucking get his body back, man. You know? Why is that?
I don't know.
If he's so good and shit. You know, if he's so evil. Just fucking take the body.
Right? Just
why'd you get your fingers chopped off in the first place? You should have that super cool battle in the beginning.
I know, right? That battle that looked like every Swedish death metal like album cover.
Yeah, with all the fucking elves like doing the same shit at the same time. Like those motherfuckers know how to fight. I liked the Hobbit movies. Did you see those? The new ones?
I haven't seen the second one. Because didn't they split it up into two?
It was 3.
It was 3? What the fuck?
They had fucking A New Adventure or something. Desolation of Smog. And then, I don't know what the other one was.
The Hobbiting. It's where they get trapped in a hotel for the winter and Bilbo goes crazy.
I guess.
Because they've got no pipe weed. He gets fucking possessed by ghosts. Or whatever the fuck happened in The Shining.
All I remember in The Shining is that motherfucker went crazy, started bashing shit up.
Yeah.
And saying, "Here's Johnny!" or something like that.
Yeah, that's what he says. No, there's a lot of fucking crazy shit in that movie. Like, and people, like, read into it, like, so hard. There's even a documentary about it called, like, Room 237. And it's, like, talks about every little nuance of fucking The Shining and, like, how it might connect.
You know, people even pay big cash to stay at that hotel.
Yeah, dude, it's out here in Colorado.
Yeah.
It's out there in Estes Park, man. Drove by it. Cameron a few times. Like, they have the Renaissance Festival out around there, if I remember correctly. And, yeah, it's a pretty cool place. I'd want to stay there. Fucking, that movie's crazy. Apparently, that, director, like, would torture, like, the actress who played the mom in the movie. It was, what's her name? Shelley Duvall. And, like, he would make her do, like, he made her do, like, 100 takes, like, on a scene.
Jeez.
Yeah, like, he fucking tortured this lady.
Just to make the scene better because of the tension.
I think.
Piss her off.
I guess, yeah. Like,
that's good directing.
I know,
man.
but directors are, like, crazy, man. Like,
you can't be...
And he's one of those ones who's like, I'll get you there if you can't get there.
Yeah, you can't be sympathetic if you need somebody that's tense, irritated.
No, there's even clips where he's like telling the crew, like, don't sympathize with her, like, between takes. Like, just looking at the crew, like, no, don't fucking feel bad for this chick. Like, telling them not to, like, acknowledge, like, how, like, this lady's, like, just getting fucking fucked with, like, hard as fuck. But that's a really good performance, though, man. That he forced out of that lady.
But I bet she's loving it now.
I don't know.
If she's alive, I don't know. I don't pay attention to famous people.
Yeah, she's still alive. I'm pretty sure Shelley Duvall. She died.
I don't pay attention to famous people as much as a lot of other people do.
Yeah.
I find it almost repugnant.
Because
I'm jealous of how much money they make.
I pay attention to famous people from, like, the 80s. And, like, people who were super famous when I was, like, 8. That's who I pay attention to. Which is fucked up, because I was talking with this about Mark, how it's like, I'm not really a millennial, even though I'm, like, technically a 90s kid. Like, I don't know. I don't look super... Like, the 90s were cool, and there was a lot of, like, dope shit, but I don't look back on it as nostalgically as most people my age would. But even then, I was born in 89, so...
I think most people our age look back on the 90s nostalgically because of the fact that they were a fucking kid. Like, everybody would look nostalgically back on their being a kid, because it's better than being an adult.
Yeah, you didn't have to do shit.
I want a fucking nap. My wife would kill me if she heard me say that, but I'm still tired, Stephanie. I still need naps, too, even though you do more than me. Just saying.
Yeah. I still need that. That's funny.
Getting old, honey.
Whatever, dude. You're 31?
No, I'm just 30.
You're just 30.
But I still need fucking naps, Chris.
What the fuck, Carl? I only need naps when I get too baked. Is that the problem? Do you get too baked? That might be the problem.
No, I sit up worrying. I stay up at night worrying about everything because my kids can't sleep.
Yeah.
They give me insomnia.
What do you worry about?
Them, like, not losing their fingers and shit.
What the
Stuff
fuck?
like that.
You just sit up and, like, hope for... That's weird, Carl.
Well, I'm not being, like... I'm being a little sarcastic, but, you know.
Yeah.
I just worry. Bills to pay. College funds to raise to ensure they're not...
Fuck that. College is, it's not important.
Alright.
It's just it's just a way to get into debt.
Yeah, unless you go to, like, some Ivy League school or something. Well, no, not necessarily, man. There are success stories.
Yeah.
I just want them to be success stories.
All the success stories I like are people who are like, I didn't go to school, I just did this shit because I wanted to. Those are the people I always hear about them. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah.
If they succeed in that way, that's fine. I just want them to succeed. It's strange being a parent, man.
Or if they could become like a oligarch dictator, and that's how they succeed.
That's fine as long as they fucking achieve some type of goal with their empire.
Like,
Otherwise, it's all for naught, Chris.
you're like, yeah, you're burning everybody who has fucking an extra fucking toe, but what's it for? Unless you accomplish something, son. This is all pointless.
Yeah. Like, have you established colonies on the moon?
No, you're just worrying about these six-toed motherfuckers? You're fucking up.
You're just the same as everyone else.
You're worse than Hitler.
This is going to be a snooze in history class 1,000 years from now, son.
I'm going to be the best part. You'll probably cut me out because you're a dick.
Dictator.
See? You're a dick potato.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm the guy in the history books that they'll remember. Remember that guy's funny dad? Give him shit. Then we won the war against him. We like that guy, so we didn't kill him. Heard all his jokes. That was a weird tangent. Is it cash, Carl? Because for a weird turn of events, I have a bit of flour as well. This is kind of a rarity for me nowadays.
Oh, yeah? What you got?
I don't remember, but my dad gave it to me. Shout out to my dad. Smokes a lot of weed.
The awesome guy, Jim.
Alright, everybody likes my dad.
Your dad is one of the coolest dudes.
That's because he would, back in, the day, he would, hang out with my friends if I wasn't home. My friends would come and smoke weed with my dad. It was weird.
Yeah. But your dad is a good conversationalist when he's stoned and stuff.
Right. Although he believes in a lot of, he's, set in a lot of weird shit,
very conservative for a pothead.
I know, right? It's so weird. I didn't realize that about him till, later on in life. Nah, he's, super fucking Christian-y, man. It's weird.
Now? Is that a new thing?
He's been like that I guess he's been like that since he's gotten off of the fucking drugs, because he was addicted to drugs for a while. But, yeah, even, to where it's I'm what the fuck? Fucking, he doesn't think evolution's, real? He doesn't think, humans evolved from things?
I don't think so either.
Yeah?
I'm not Christian, though.
Yeah. But he thinks, it was just poof, how the Bible says it. God just was poof, everything. There's no kind of, persistence of species and stuff like that. He doesn't believe that.
I think that our origin is not from here. I don't think we're, I don't believe in none of that alien shit. I just think that at some point...
You don't believe in you think we're the aliens?
Yeah, I think we came here and we forgot how we got here. So we can't leave.
We got baked.
Yeah. There's probably weed growing all over the place and opium and...
This planet had mushrooms and this is the drug planet.
Fallen rotten fruit getting us drunk. As soon as we got here, we just started learning how to party hard.
And then we liked it. And then we forgot how to go.
No. I'm going to bring up a controversial subject. Zachariah Stitchin.
What the fuck
I know
is
most
that?
of his shit is probably bullshit.
What?
He's a supposed archaeologist.
What?
Zachariah Stitchin.
Who the fuck is that?
He's the guy that supposedly translated ancient Sumerian.
Yeah.
And was talking about us being slaves to aliens.
Oh, the Anunnaki guy?
The Anunnaki guy, exactly.
Alright.
I don't necessarily believe in that, but there's this part that I do kind of think makes sense. It talks about this planet called Tiamat.
Isn't that supposed to be Zeta Reticuli or something?
No, it's
Or Sirius?
It's this planet's destruction through colliding with the former Earth or something caused the formation of the Earth and the asteroid belt. You know what I'm saying? That's the pieces. Or something like that,
Yeah, there's theories that that's how our moon was created by some kind of collision as well.
So that is the origin planet of human race in the Zachariah Sitchin narrative. I'm going to call it a narrative because if you're the only person that can translate the way you translate, then it might not be a good translation. That's generally a rule of thumb for translation.
Right.
To his defense, though, he doesn't have no fucking Rosetta Stone, to show him a translation from Greek or whatever,
Yeah.
like all the other translators did. But I think they use like Sanskrit or cuneiform. That's hard as fuck to read, man. But you know, he's talking about like us being slaves and being made from monkeys. But I just think that evolution is kind of a falsehood. I think there's variations of creatures, like, and I think they just die off. I think the planet used to be like a lot healthier than it used to be. And maybe we all used to coexist together.
Well, like dinosaurs and shit?
Yeah. But I think the Earth is I think humans are far older than science wants us to know. And I think that, I don't know, a lot of people probably think I'm a dumbass for thinking that kind of shit, but I just don't trust anything.
Oh no, the dogs are gonna bark. No? Alright, cool. I'm telling you, it's the never-ending fear of the dogs.
I mean, you know, it blows my mind that people think the world is flat in 2017.
Right.
But to play devil's advocate, we've never seen the globe other than pictures. And they would even say the pictures are fake. I'm not going that far.
Yeah.
I'm saying they're real. I'm saying we live on a globe.
But even then, like, we've done shit, like, people have circumnavigated the globe in, like, boats and planes and shit. How do you explain that, like, as a flat earth
The
person?
flat earth people explain that easily, you know, through their logic.
Is it like like old school Nintendo screen? Like, you hit that end, then you just come out the other side, like,
No.
teleport status?
No. You have the earth as a plane. Here's your table. He just did this.
Yeah, but you can take different routes, and people could fucking go diagonal, or fucking left or right, or up or down.
Yeah, but
And I'm sure people have. I don't know. I'm just like, you guys are fucking stupid. Like, it's cool, believe what you want, but then I don't know.
Well,
but then that.
How big would you say Greenland and Iceland are on a map? I mean, how big would you say Greenland and Iceland are in actuality compared to the map?
I don't know what they do the scale to.
The map, to be on a flat surface instead of a globe, has to be completely distorted, so that Greenland is like way fucking big, and so it makes the bottom half of this hemisphere, or the southern hemisphere, all shrunken and distorted, and the upper half completely different. We should be using a map when we teach children.
Yeah.
Because they don't even know the shape or the size comparison of continents. They're completely distorted. But that's just so that you can navigate.
Yeah.
You know, the map is distorted. So we don't understand fully. Like, I'm just saying.
But then we just cut a map of the coast of fucking Greenland.
I'm just saying,
shit.
Columbus circumnavigating the globe supposedly doesn't really prove that it's a globe.
I didn't say fucking Columbus did it. I don't even think it was Columbus. It was
whoever.
Like, it was some dude. But even people in modern day have done it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they have. The people that believe in that, they only believe stuff that they see with their eyes. So the only way that they're going to believe that the Earth is a globe is if you take them up into orbit. So that's what we should fucking do.
Yeah, leave them. We should leave them there.
Leave them there. I'm just saying, there's a way to explain everything. They explained away the fact that you could prove that the Earth was a globe with shadows, because that guy that did that experiment, remember Mr. Gabriel talking about that? They were just saying that instead of it being millions of miles away, it's like 36,000 miles away. And the math correlated with shadows on the Earth. So you can do anything to falsify anything.
Right. So nothing's real.
Nothing's real.
Nothing's real.
Unless you see it
Yeah. But people won't think like that. They're like, oh, dude said it, or I got faith in it, or something.
I'm just saying, there's pendulum experiments you can prove that the Earth is a globe. Don't be fooled by the YouTubes. Do it yourself, you know?
Right, and it's just some asshole who's like, oh, I'm fucking with all these people. Like, it's hard to, especially with that flat Earth shit, it's hard to tell if it's like someone like trolling or like they actually believe that fucking shit.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I don't know, man.
But that's like people who
Strange world out
like
there.
believe in fucking believe like dinosaurs weren't real or something like that. And,
Yeah, I've heard that they are just demonic fucking treasures to be found.
Yeah.
To pollute our minds
Yeah.
instead of fossilized creatures.
It's weird. And I'm like, I don't know, I guess. But we don't know shit about dinosaurs. Like, paleontologists just make shit up. Like,
That I agree with.
you can't, we got bones. Like, you can, there's ways you can, get musculature structure and shit like that and make that out from bones. But you're not gonna, you can't tell me how they fucking acted or how they sound or how they even looked outside of musculature and skeletal, structure, you know? You can't tell
Fowler
me.
tried to say that T-Rex couldn't run. That's a recent thing.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I just don't give a fuck because I'm like, you're talking out your ass, dinosaur men.
About shit that don't exist anymore.
Yeah, about shit that don't
matter
exist,
anyway.
and that shit that you can't prove any of the behavioral shit that you're spouting off about or anything like that. You don't know.
You know, and it pains me to say that they don't matter because I was a real dinosaur kid, man.
So was I, dude.
But they don't fucking matter at
Yeah.
all.
I mean, they're cool, and but who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
And it's so weird that these guys get grant money and stuff, and they get put on TV, and they get movies made that involve paleontology, like Jurassic Park and shit. And until we get to that point in science where we can Jurassic Park a fucking a sample, a fossil sample or whatever, and get a fucking dino out of that shit, and then be like, this is what they fucking look like. See, cloned one, made it. Until then, I call bullshit on anything a paleontologist says.
You know, I read a really fascinating article, and this could be bullshit too. But I was kind of there was other stuff that kind of substantiated it for me in my mind. But deoxyribonucleic acid, or DNA, radioactively decays over time regardless of whether it's frozen, fossilized. So it's almost impossible to bring back a woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to bring back a dinosaur unless you're going to resequence all those gaps in the DNA to complete the creature. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But who knows? We could probably do that eventually.
Yeah, maybe.
Because we're already editing babies and shit. Gene therapy is starting to be more a thing.
Yeah, but we had to learn that through the Human Genome Project.
Right.
And we had to learn which was junk DNA and which sequences related to organ structure, fucking, traits. Because there's a lot of that's kind of some complicated ass shit. Really, they're just cheating. And most of the time in genetic stuff.
Yeah.
They just inject stuff into stuff that's already really going for them.
And then look what we did.
No, that was still kind of already alive before you even fucked with it. That's a lot of it anyway.
Really?
Well, they inject stuff into eggs and stuff,
Is that what they do? I don't know how they fucking fuck with genes and shit. Never really looked into it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I've seen a lot of pictures of fucking little microscopic needles piercing shit. I mean, they can't just make life out of nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think, anyway.
I've always seen YouTube videos of genetic animals gone wrong. And they got one-eyed fucking...
Montauk experiment shit?
Yeah, Just like deformed
I don't know what
animals.
to believe, but I'm sure that's being done.
Yeah.
Some kind of fucking crazy assholes doing shit like that.
But yeah, I don't know, but for what though? Like, what do we need? Monsters can only be bad. We don't need monsters.
Almost always the benefit is that they're going to have some type of pharmaceutical testing capability or produce some type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. It's never like bioweapon. Like Resident Evil.
I'm sure that shit's in the works too, man.
Yeah.
Making people stronger. Making creatures that you can use to fight. Making diseases. Making, eugenic programs. In underground bunkers near you. That's some good stuff, man.
Yeah, I forget what my dad calls it. Like orange meringue or something.
It's like fucking really stony.
My dad goes to the Altitude Medical. It's a really nice place. They get really good weed.
He's got his red card.
Yeah, he's got his red card. And all the stuff I've tried that he's gotten, that he gets is like super good.
Yeah.
But yeah. Ooh. Man. Super baked. Well, that's the end of this episode. Alright, you got it too fast, Carl.
Bye, you little motherfuckers.
Right, that's the end of this episode, folks. Bye.
I'm in a screen, you're just real.
Or are you in the screen and we're real?
I don't know. Is anything real anymore?
After today, I think everything's bullshit. I shouldn't believe anything. So, I don't know. Alright. do. Waiting for Carl to quit choking.